Travon, sacks are great and all, but obviously you're doing a pretty good job of setting the edge. What goes into that?
To set the edge, you have to be one of those hard-nosed guys and not just want to pass rush all the time. Just make a statement and let it be known that you can set the edge and play the run as well.
Travon, we've started to see your name creep up in these projections as high as top 5. Are you surprised? Have you taken notice of that?
Projections I really don't pay too much of. I'm one of those guys, just keep my head down, keep doing what I've been doing, not let all the outside hype get to me.
Football is my main focus, and winning a Super Bowl, getting a yellow jacket, being
what have the interviews been like for you?
The interviews, it's been a great experience just to be in the position with those great GMs and great coaches as well. Also, you look at those coaches on TV, television all the time, and as a young kid, you be like, I want to be there, and in that moment, you just take it all in. Of course, you're going to have butterflies, but at the end of the day, it's still something that I've been doing ever since I was 7 years old, talking to coaches, talking football.
What are you trying to get across in those meetings?
Just to get them to understand that I'm a great person, I'm a great leader as well, on and off the field. I'm one of those guys that they can rely on.
Have you met with the Giants yet?
I have.
And can you tell me what it'd be like to play with Azeez Ojulari and Tate Crowder?
Playing with those guys, it'll make it just seem like I'm just at home again, because I know that they were great leaders at University of Georgia, and I know they're great leaders now from the career that they're on, and it would mean a lot.
Travon, can you talk about the responsibilities?
Say that again. Just being a great leader, I have to say, to be a great leader, you have to lead by example and not just tell people what to do, but you have to be one of those guys willing to take on the task yourself and do it as well.
Can you talk about the responsibilities of playing end at Georgia? Because at that position, we haven't seen crazy sack numbers like some of the other positions in Kirby's scheme.
Playing at the end at University of Georgia is very different, because at University of Georgia, we play a lot of different defenses, and so therefore you can be scattered all out on the field from playing a 5 technique, a 4-eye, on the front you play a 3. So you're really doing everything to just expand your resume, and it's really a good thing that you can do all of that. Play defensive end at the University of Georgia, and if you can play defensive end at the University of Georgia, it means a lot.
When you came in, I think you were 285, and we were all just blown away that they put you on the kickoff team. We don't normally see big guys like you on a kickoff team. How did that transpire, and how much did you enjoy that unit?
Playing on kickoff, it really meant a lot to me, because as a freshman, for one, that's how I got my jitters out, to just go down and hit somebody. Then that set the momentum for me when I got on the field on 3rd down, so I was already juiced up, ready to go.
Because I'm honest with myself,
talk a little bit about, so you're extremely versatile playing up and down the line. What would you say is probably
I feel like sometimes I get
stalemated. Sometimes I can't have second and third ball, right? I can, really showcase who I can be as a player.
I have to say defensive end, 5 technique. I love playing 5 technique, put my hands in the dirt, get dirty in the run game if I want to, and rush out the edge.
So what do you say is like the best pass rush move you have currently, and what are you working on during this offseason to add to your repertoire?
I have to say my best pass rush move that I lean on right now is it has to be speed to power and my long arm. My arms are extremely long, and with my long arm, I feel like I can do a lot and be very productive.
Has any meetings really stuck out with you in terms of like you just walk away from that meeting and be like, man, I feel really, really good about that?
It's been a couple. I've had great interviews with all the teams, because I love the game of football, and I'm just taking it all in.
A lot of people have said that you would do really well at the Combine. How much have you looked forward to this, and what events do you think you're going to open some eyes in?
I know I'm a very athletic person, so at the Combine, it's really just to show you all. I know the type of person that I am, so I'm just going to keep my head down, like I say, and do what I do best. Represent the University of Georgia, like you all know, outside of me is 13 other guys from the university here. So just to be one of those guys that's mentioned a lot, it really means a lot to me. And to come from the University of Georgia is a great place to come from, great coaching staff and staff in the building in general. It just means a lot. It's a familyhood at the university. I have. I've dreamed this moment ever since I was 7 years old. I've been playing football ever since 7, and it just means a lot, so that's why I take it all in.
Trayvon, have you had or plan to have a meeting with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I have, and it went very well.
Yeah, you talked to Coach Tomlin a little bit.
I did.
Is he as much of a character and personality as what people say about him?
He's a great person.
He's a great person.
Trayvon, do you study Myles Garrett at all, and what would it be like to possibly go to the NFL and share a room with him?
I do study Myles Garrett, and Me personally, I think Myles Garrett is a great edge rusher. He's a big guy. His body type is just like me. He's a little taller, but he's one of those guys, a hard-nosed worker and willing to get the job done.
If you played on offense, what position would you play, Travon?
If I played on offense,
Yeah.
I have to say I wouldn't be a bad tight end.
When did it hit you that you wanted national team?
It hit me like I had to say like a week or so later after we won the national championship. But like George said the other day, just being on the flight headed back to Indianapolis, headed to this exact same stadium that we won, and it really kicked in once again that I won the national championship right here in this same stadium. It was a very exciting moment, just hearing the roar in the stadium. It was very crazy, and at that moment, the game wasn't over yet, but it sealed the deal.
You have to figure out what's going to give you that edge. And for me, my mind is what gives me that edge. I'm a chess player, so thinking moves.
I have a lot of friends in the league, Tate Crowder, Malik Heron, guys like that. Those are guys that I communicate with very often, and I talk to them through this same process, even though they didn't get to do a lot of the things they were doing because of COVID. But those guys just told me to go be me. I'm a football person. I've been playing since I was 7 years old, so they just tell me to be me, and I do great.
Travon, who are some of your favorite edge rushers in the NFL? Some guys you admire?
I have to say Bosa, J.J. Watt, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, obviously. He's a pass rush guru, and I like to get a couple moves from him.
How competitive is it at the combine between you and other ends? Is it just you're doing you, or do you compete with those Michigan ends we heard all about all year long?
I have to say it is a very competitive environment, but also in this environment, you can take in the time to just enjoy the guys that you're around all the time. Y'all been working on the same goal at facilities, doing the same things. We all on this grind together, and I want everybody around me to be great, but of course it's going to be competition.
You talk about that game against Michigan because so much was made about them, and it turned out to be Georgia with the great defense.
I mean, you mention it here and there, you just laugh about it, but you just keep it pushing. We all here for one goal, and that's to get to where we're trying to go, and that's the NFL.
Travon, what kind of standard did you and Jordan Devontae put for this defensive line at Georgia? All three of you guys are here today for the guys that are coming behind you.
We just tried to leave a statement that at the University of Georgia, defensive linemen can be drafted. Everyone always talk about you don't get great defensive linemen from the University of Georgia, but obviously you have us three up front and other guys behind us that was great defensive linemen. It just goes to show you can't listen to what everybody tell you.
Who are the next stars coming up behind you now that you and Jordan and Devontae are here?
Me personally, I'll say all the guys in the D-line room, but one that sticks out right now is Jalen Carter and Zion Lowe. I love Jalen Carter. I love all those boys, but Jalen Carter.
If there was someone who hadn't seen you play much, and you were describing yourself as a player to them, how would you do it?
Someone who can do it all, athlete, whatever the coach needs. If I didn't know myself, or if I ever seen me play for the first time, I have to say he's a tremendous athlete. He can do anything on the field. Anything a coach needs me to do, I'll do it. If he needs me to play quarterback, I'll do it. Yes, sir. They all know. Yes, sir.
Did you really show up at Georgia at 285?
I showed up at Georgia at 290, actually.
290?
Yes,
so
sir.
how's your body kind of transformed since then?
I had about 18% body fat then. Now I've trimmed down a lot and put on a lot more muscle mass.
Is that a hard process for you?
I wouldn't say it's a hard process. With the strength staff at the University of Georgia, they work us hard, and the nutritionist, Kari Perno, she's a great nutritionist, and just listening to the things that they tell us, just follow the plan, and it'll all help you in the long run.
Is it fair to say that your sack at Auburn was your coming out party? Did you start to hear from a lot more people when you made that play to help clinch that game at Auburn?
Of course, that was one that really sparked it off. There was everyone was talking about that. It was a game-winning sack, one that will be remembered forever for me personally. But I can say that was probably one that sparked it off.
When you start to lower your body fat like that and add muscle mass, do you feel your athleticism start to come out even more? How did you feel as a player going through that?
Me personally, just coming off of all that weight, it didn't make me feel less of an athlete or more of an athlete. It just made me feel like I was more explosive and my body felt a lot healthier.
since you were 7, where did you go before you were actually
I'm very aggressive.
Ever since I was 7 years old, I've had a lot of people always tell me I was big for my age. I was always one of the biggest ones on the field. And I always had people in my corner that just keep me grounded, because I had a lot of people tell me at a young age also that I was going to be a great player because I had the size and things like that. But my dad, he was always one of those ones to humble me. So therefore, growing up, I just turned out to be a very humble guy. And my dad instilled that into me.
What's it?
If you had to pick one game to show an NFL head coach to say, here's why you need to draft, which game is that?
I'll say Michigan, because it shows my pass rushing ability and my run stopping ability.
What's a realistic 40 number for you? I know that number doesn't mean a whole lot to a lot of people, but with your athleticism, some people are really wondering.
4'6", if not better.
You do everything here drill-wise?
I will, everything except bench.
How do you feel you are playing the run?
I feel I'm pretty good at playing the run. Of course, I can be better at it, but I feel like that I'm pretty good at playing the run.
What was it like just to be part of a defense that was one of the great defenses in recent college history with all that talent on the field? What did it feel like going out there with all those guys?
It felt great. That's something that I'll never be able to forget. That's history. Being on the field with all those guys, just being on the team with all those type players is something special, and it says something about the organization at the end of the day, again, as well. There's a lot of great players, a lot of hard workers, and we did what we was asked.
How do you feel Georgia prepared you for the NFL?
I feel Georgia did a great job preparing me for the NFL. Like the defense that we ran at the University of Georgia, as I stated earlier, we ran a lot of the defenses that they run in the league. We run every form of just about every defense it is. So if a coach was to ask me about some type of defense, I'm pretty sure I know a little bit about it.
You guys had a lot of injuries. Seems like Ryan Course is kind of maybe your team MVP.
Mr. Ron, he was a great dude as well, and he was a great trainer. He did the best job looking after us, taking care of our bodies and things at that point.
You've been known as the greatest athlete on the Georgia football team. Now that you're moving on, who do you hand the baton to? Who's going to be who's now the greatest athlete on that football team?
I wouldn't say a name because there's a lot of athletes, but whoever wants the torch, they can have it.
What is it about you? Why are you the greatest athlete on that Georgia team of great athletes? What was your special package of skills, would you say?
Me personally, I just say I'm a fast guy. I'm big, can run. I can really do anything that's asked of me. So I'll just have to say mainly my speed and my size.
I know you're going to be happy with wherever you go in the league, right? But how high do you think you can?
When did you realize that team
myself just to fit in, right? So now, I have been
Georgia, we always had great athletes, but me growing up, freshman, sophomore, junior season, just going along those seasons, getting to this junior season, I just really felt like a bond that the team we had, the connection, understood each other's why, and understood why everybody was doing what they was doing, playing the game of football. So that just made it a lot easier. Everybody's goals were the same, so we could relate to each other a lot better.
Travon, how do you think it's going to work out with Coach Schumann and Coach Muschamp running the defense, two guys?
I think it's going to be great. Those are two great coaches, and while I was there, they helped me tremendously, along with my position coach as well. But those are some great coaches, and I feel like Georgia is still one of the top contending teams.
Georgia had not won.
The best.
I feel like, as long as I stick to my plan and I keep my head down and I keep grinding.
I mean, I don't know. I can say the national championship, winning it did play a part in it. But I can't just say for sure if I would have came back or not, because I was always, the whole time I was planning off just how me and my mom and dad felt about the situation.
It was like that big brother moment where they give you a hard time.
You know anything about their tradition in defense?
Just showing them that.
Can you say that one more time?
Have you met with the Ravens? Do you know anything about their defensive tradition? Ravens.
I have met with the Ravens, and their tradition on defense is very unique. Defense, like I said, I've played just about every defense it is, and I wouldn't mind playing for the Ravens defense. It'll be a great honor.
A lot of people are asking what Georgia's got to do to stay on top of Alabama. What do you think the key is moving forward for the program?
I just tell the guys just to keep things going that we had going when we left. We tried to leave them smart with the connection, the bond that the teammates had, and I mean, everybody's always trying to compare Georgia and Alabama, but it's two great teams. Of course, I'm going to say Georgia every time. I'm a Georgia boy. But Georgia just got to listen to the coaches. That's all.
Travon, how does the process of Kirby getting you guys to buy in? You guys play faster and more violent than any other defense. How does that process go? Like, how does he get you to play that way?
Coach Smart, he's one of those guys that's going to stay on you. Me personally, I say a coach like that, I love a coach like that, because if a coach isn't coaching you hard, then you really should be worried. Because what's going on? Why doesn't he coach you as hard? It's his job on the risk as well.
How much do you hear him on the microphone during practice?
The whole practice.
Do you hear him in your sleep sometimes?
I do. I absolutely do.
Is it also like a schematic thing? Like, he teaches you guys so well that it's easy to understand why he wants you to play this way? That's what you do.
It is, and he also just gets us to understand him. It well, and he's also a player of the game, so he understands. So why not listen to him?
Time for just two more.
Was there, when you came in to Georgia at that size, was there ever an idea of maybe adding a little more weight and playing inside, or did you know that you were going to wind up on the edge?
I mean, coming in, I was on the bigger end, and they thought I could gain a lot of weight, but which I can. But I mean, just my nutritionist told me a plan, and I stuck with the plan.
I mean, for me, if I get drafted, when I get drafted, I'll probably do the worm on stage. That'll probably be the most extensive thing I do.
Maybe the top 3 things that you think will be a game changer next year.
Some things that I want to showcase, showcase my speed. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that on film, my speed. Me being able to move at my size and at my weight. And that I'm a great person, just outside of football. I'm a fun person to be around.
Thanks, Travon.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.